Hi, good evening, all of you, and welcome to the very first episode of Star Trainees of YCM, a series where we shine a spotlight on the inspiring journeys and reflections of our standout participants. I'm your host, Faeeza Murshida, and today we are setting the bar high with a very special guest, Swati Saxena, one of our exceptional Star Trainees. Swati, we are so glad to have you with us. So, with
Thank
that
you.
note,
Thank you so
yes.
much, Faza, for inviting me today. It's a privilege. Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. With that note, I want to start with the very first question. Please introduce yourself to our audience and what led you to pursue mediation training.
Okay. So, hi, everybody. This is an absolute privilege to be speaking with Faza back to YCM. It's absolutely amazing. So, I am Swati Saxena. I'm an advocate and also a certified mediator now. So, my journey hasn't been short. So, additionally, I'm a social worker and a social activist. I work on women rights and matrimonial dispute resolution and conflict resolution in the community, in the slum areas, and for the underprivileged. So my inspiration came from there only. So at NGO level, we do a lot of community conflict resolution. And when we talk about conflict resolution, I think mediation is what the appropriate word is. So the interest came from there, and I researched about it, and then I found YCM, and of course the 40-hour certification and the IMI certification, everything led me here, and I took the training. So that's pretty much about how I ended up at YCM.
Yeah, it's really inspiring that your NGO and the activist nature in you got the attraction to do the mediation. Yes. And the next question to you is, when did you attend the YCM's IMI certified mediation training program?
So this was last year in August, September 2024 that I took the training. So I was actually also doing my post graduation diploma in ADR from ILI. So during that time itself, I found about the course YCM was doing, and I was like, I have to do it, and I just joined, and yeah.
Okay. How would you describe the quality and structure of the training sessions that you have attended?
Oh my God. On that, I think I have taken a lot of notes on how to really interact with people, how to really engage participants in, especially virtually. Okay, in person, you can still do things to keep them engaged, but virtually, it's very difficult. And I think why at YCM during the training, my experience was exceptional. Like the way we were taken, each one of us was taken care of, each one of us had that highlight. It was amazing, like the structure, the program designing, the expert trainers, the moderators. You were also there at that time moderating us. Abhay was also there, so it was amazing. Like we were given proper attention, and yeah, it was amazing. I took a lot of notes on how to conduct trainings from there. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging the efforts of us also. And yeah, the next question to you is, was the content relevant, practical, and easy to grasp?
Definitely, definitely. Till date, I use the content. Till date, I refer back to the notes and the content that was shared with us through PPTs and all the consolidated material we had. I still refer to all of that whenever I'm in doubt. Whenever I have to do something, I always fall back to it. So yeah, the content, the coaches, everything was pretty relevant and exceptionally good.
Nice. The next question is, how interactive was the course? Did you get enough opportunities to practice mediation skills?
Definitely. I think more than mediation skills, I polished my acting skills. We had so many role plays, and I still remember I used to be this mischievous person who would always take up the role very seriously, and I would actually start doing the fight with the other person there, and the entire role play used to be so engaging and fun. So it was amazing. Like, mediation was something that we learned, of course. For example, for me, I had patience issues, and at some certain things that I learned during the training, and but acting, I think that was a plus on through the training. So yeah, that was fun.
Nice. What was the most memorable or impactful part of the training for you?
Most memorable and impactful. I think the key takeaways I had from each trainer, from each participant, because every day in every session, somebody would share that one wisdom they would have learned in their journey as a expert, as a participant, as a coach. So that was pretty amazing. Like,
Okay. Did it help you to improve any soft skills like communication, active listening, or conflict resolution?
definitely, I think communication, I am a much better person, in terms of communication, because earlier at NGO level, at NGO level, the mediation scenario is pretty different. It's not like a commercial space, where people would come with that understanding. So at NGO level, you have to start from the basics. You have to explain them. You have to bring them to the table. So the process is very long, and it's very different from what it is in commercial segments, and in MNCs or corporates. So yeah, in terms of communication, sometimes in NGO you lose your patience, right? You give up on people, you start feeling irritated. And also at YCM, I learned the skill of communication, how to stay patient, even if you're getting that irritability or anything. You have to maintain that square posture. I think that solar it's there in my head, because every day we would be told, okay, so you have to follow solar, you have to follow the solar. So yeah, it stays, it's there. And also in terms of conflict resolution, I think when I was not a certified mediator, I used to do something as fueling the fire. I would say things unintentionally, like I would feel that this might solve the problem, but actually mediators don't act like that. So this is something that I learned in the training, that please do not fuel the fire. Your role as a mediator is just to conduct that dialogue and not be part of that dialogue. So yeah, so certain things I learned, and they are with me. I taught it to my team also, like the paralegal foot workers that we have at NGO. I taught them everything, so now they also use it. So yeah, it's there, it's there.
Yes, good to know that you're also teaching and sharing the skills that you have acquired. Yeah. The next question to you is, can you give an example of a situation where this training helped you?
Situation, I think situation would be the cases only. um so so there was this one time that like I can't name, and I can't really go into the details of the scenario, but there was this case of mother-in-law and a daughter-in-law. So, and the husband in the picture, the son or husband, he used to stay in Africa somewhere. He was working there, and this mother-in-law and daughter-in-law were in Delhi. So they had miscommunications and a lot of fights. So it's not that the mother-in-law doesn't love the daughter-in-law, or you know the daughter-in-law doesn't love mother-in-law, but the problem was they both were not trying to understand each other. So the daughter-in-law she was like a very young girl, like 21 or 22 years old girl, and mother-in-law was a absolutely empowered woman who is running preschool for children in slums and everything like that. So in that scenario, of course, initially, like, since counseling and mediation, it takes time. So initially I used to fuel the fire, but after the training, of course, I learned my mistake, and definitely I applied not to fuel the fire rule, and the dialogue resulted in a better scenario, and it got resolved. So yeah, it got prevented, as we call it at YCM. You can resolve it and you can prevent it. So yeah, that happened there. So that was one scenario.
It's good to know that it has practically helped you in resolving real-time conflicts at your workplace. And yeah, would you recommend this training to others? And if yes, then what's the reason for recommending mediation
Definitely,
course?
definitely, I would recommend this training to anybody out there. A lawyer, a non-lawyer, I would recommend it to everyone out there, because more than becoming a mediator, it makes you a human being and a person. These days in our society, people are losing their patient level. People don't want to talk, the communication is missing. So everybody needs to learn the dialogue part now, I think. Whether at school level, college level, professional level, everybody should do it.
Sure. If you had to describe the training experience in 3 words, what would they be?
I think I'm going to say 6 words. Don't think, just do it. Like, these are my 6 words.
Nice. It's very optimistic and pushing the people. Yes, do
Yeah,
it. You can do it like that.
you can do it. Yeah, the vice motto also, you can do it.
And you can resolve it. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. What message would you give to someone considering enrolling in the YCM's mediation training?
What message I would give? The message to anybody, whether a law student, a law professional, or somebody who is outside from the legal fraternity, I would say, especially for the legal ones, I would say, see, the trends are changing. Like, it is pretty evident from Supreme Court also. Like, these days now, Mediation Association of India is there. Okay. The justices are supporting uh, mediation now. So see the trends, update yourself, upgrade yourself, upskill yourself, and ADR is the future, not just in India but globally. So you should be smart enough to take the right decision for yourself.
Thank you. Thank you, Swati, for sharing your experience and your journey. With that note, I would also like to share this with audience that YCM's IMI certified mediation training is up, and we are conducting the next batch on weekends of July. It's starting from 5th of July, and we are closing the registrations on June 30. So if you're watching this interview and you are within the timelines, you can register. So yes, Swati, thank you once again for taking your time out and sharing your experience. Hope to see you in yet another wonderful moment or wonderful event like this. Until we meet again, always remember you can resolve it. Thank you.
Thank you, Faiza. Thank you so much for having me here. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.